you're growing stronger. You might not want to look quite so pleased about that. We grow stronger, the world grows more dangerous. Life has a funny way of keeping things balanced.
Monkey, do you ever say anything encouraging?
I encourage you not to die.
Welcome, drab little crabs, to Geek Salad episode 189, Into the Anniverse.
This episode is brought to you by Triple Dent Gum.
Triple Dent Gum
will make you smile.
Triple Dent Gum,
It lasts a while.
Triple Dent Gum
Will help your mister to punch that breath right in the kisser. Triple Dent Gum.
Triple Dent Gum. Triple Dent Gum. Now it's in your head.
Triple Dent Gum will make you smile.
I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
I'm Katherine.
And tonight we have a very special returning guest.
Yay!
It's Todd.
Hi, everyone.
Vinyl-less tonight.
Vinyl-less tonight.
Vinyl-less tonight, but...
Well, with that tattoo, you're never really vinyl.
I'm never vinyl-less.
No.
It's always with me.
Awesome.
I'm sure if we were talking about animated soundtracks, we'd add vinyl, but...
But not tonight.
Not tonight.
No, tonight. We count down the top 20 animated films of the past decade, as voted on by you, the Geek Salad audience, and us, and primarily a number of our friend podcasts in the podcast-osphere. So I wanted to just take a moment, real quick, to thank, of course, M from Verbal Diorama, who, by the way, just released her Lego Movie episode the day we record this.
We may be mentioning that movie.
We might be mentioning it. Also, Thomas from Movies After Work. Woo. Rob from Altered Universe. Woo. Nick and Tiff. We got them both from Black Rose 2 Stuff too. Woo! Woo! And Sadang Kyle from Off-Screen Babble, who got their stuff in at the absolute last moment.
Yeah,
oh my god, you want to talk about making it to the bell.
Yay, timing.
And literally, I wouldn't have even known it if I didn't have to get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. I'm like, let me check my tablet. And, oh, okay, great.
So they can thank their votes to a full bladder.
Yes, exactly.
Oh man.
And then some. So anyway, before we begin, we've got what are we drinking tonight, Joe?
Tonight we are partaking of the Crown Royal Vanilla.
It is cold, it is January, and it is warm. So, all right, anyone who is drinking,
Slancha.
Yeah,
all right.
You can toast with
you can toast with your polar seltzer.
Right,
and Mike's, what is that? Mike, what are you drinking? That's like
Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale.
Ah,
boy.
How fancy!
Yes, I prefer the blackberry, but cranberry's nice.
The aroma is very vanilla.
Ooh.
But Polar Seltzer is very local.
I love this. This bottle came as a performance gift for my in-laws. They gave my daughter flowers for Christmas story. I get a bottle of whiskey.
It
fits right in with your character.
It is a screw top, and
we're high class, man.
Yes,
okay?
exactly. And it comes in a felt bag that I could use for my D&D dice.
Yeah, it tastes like an alcoholic vanilla flavor.
Yes,
it's especially nice when the it comes back up the back of your nose.
Here's the thing though with this: you do not need to mix this. This is perfect all on its own. I love you just the way you are. All right.
As you can tell, Todd has issues with brown liquor.
How much have you had already, Andy?
This
drama.
I honestly, I hate to say, I just started a new job this week.
Yeah!
I am of the 9 to 5 people.
You corporate sellout.
Yes.
Weekends off. Boo.
You are middle management corporate drone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am now.
Welcome to the club.
Code Monkey like Fritos. Code Monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. So, yeah, I honestly have been so, in my head, I have not had a drink this week. So this is the first bit of alcohol I've drunk on my new job, so...
There you go.
Yay.
Clink it and sink it, baby.
Yeah. Oh, woo. All right. Shall we get this list going? Because this is a list of 20 And as always, we count backwards because, it'd be really anticlimactic if we just led up to number 20. Mm-hmm. All right, so who wants to kick us off here? Everyone had the list up?
Yep.
All right, who wants to kick us off?
Ladies first.
All right, I'm going to kick it off with number 20, which is Finding Dory.
Who's that?
That's my neighbor, Bailey. He was brought in with a head injury.
I know you're talking about me, Destiny.
He thinks he can't use his echolocation, but I've overheard the doctors talking.
I'm right here.
There's not a thing wrong with it.
Every word you're saying about me.
What's echolocation?
Well, Bailey's head is supposed to put out a call, and the echo helps him find objects far away. Oh, but apparently, he's still healing.
No, I know you're talking about me. I really can't echolocate.
I cannot have this conversation again.
I hit my head very hard out there. See how swollen it is?
Your head is supposed to be big. You're a beluga.
All right. Who had this on their list, guys?
Me.
I did.
You guys, both you and Todd had it on your list.
When I put my list together, I kind of limited it to movies I actually seen, and Finding Dory's not one.
You
that
haven't
I've
seen you, and I know you haven't seen it, right?
Yeah,
Mike?
no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we saw this in the movie theater. It did not make my list because it's better than Cars and all of the Cars stuff and The Good Dinosaur, and I'm going to leave it at that. How about you guys? What did you like or
I
love?
enjoyed,
Like
basically, when I was putting together my list, I was limiting it to things I had seen that I had appreciated, it, and going through the decade, it was one of the things. It was one of the number that we were picking. There was very few that didn't make the list. So, but I enjoyed Finding Dory. I didn't enjoy it enough to buy a copy yet.
Okay.
But I would watch it again.
Yeah, worthy sequel. I mean, I loved Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And it just puts you right back into that world, and it was fun. The whole climax was insane. The whole, truck
Oh my god, with the
bridge and everything.
With
they
the
went
cute,
a little...
with the cute otters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do... there were things I liked about the movie. I love the callbacks to Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
Which is awesome. But this movie was being so heavily merchandised when we went to Disney.
I'm sure.
Well, shocking surprise.
Yeah, Quelle Surprise, especially Under the Sea with Nemo and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the Finding Nemo musical.
Well, yeah, but that Finding Nemo musical has been around for years.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Todd, you agree?
Yeah, I would agree with
that.
Yes.
Have you seen the Finding Nemo musical?
Nope.
At Animal Kingdom?
Ask me the last time I've been to Disney
Oh,
World.
that's true. Okay.
Yeah,
Was it pre-Animal Kingdom?
No.
Okay.
I've actually been to Animal Kingdom twice. The second time was after they put in a lot more of the stuff. The first time it was it was pretty brand new.
Okay. And Joe, this is your warning. Whenever you do take your kids to go see it, go to Disney, go see it. But Finding Dory,
I think it was still the Bugs Life show when I was there.
Oh, that's
no,
still there too.
it's still there. Yeah, it's a different. That's in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably was the Tarzan musical when she went.
Yeah, it was. Was that
That
Tarzan or Jungle Book?
No, it was Tarzan, and then I think 2004, 2005 they switched over to Finding Nemo.
Yeah. So, anything else about Finding Dory?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, it's a cash grab, but
it was a cash grab, but it was cute. It was it was a better written sequel than a lot of sequels that get made.
Yeah, I liked the seals, primarily because of the way that they built up the whole. Welcome to your time on the rock. off.
It does remind me kind of that aquarium kind of reminds me of Mystic Aquarium, which I love. That's my hoodie right now.
Oh, is that your? Oh, okay, cool, cool.
Fashion show.
Nice. I love that aquarium, by the way, in Epcot. I know we're going to devolve a lot whenever we talk about Disney movies to talk about the parks, but
and trust me, there's a lot of Disney movies on Disney.
Oh,
Pixar
Disney or Disney owned.
Yeah, Pixar is technically Disney in my eyes.
Yep.
But yeah, it would be a pie chart. I mean, and that pie chart would be like more pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. Disney is the king of animation. Always has been.
Especially in this decade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There were movies that didn't make this list that are on the that essentially just didn't make this list that are Disney movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, Todd, you want to take number 19?
Number 19 is 2012's Brave.
Ooh.
I drew my sword and...
Whoosh! One swipe, his sword shattered, then chomp! Dad's leg was clean off. Down the monster's throat it went.
Oh, that's my favourite part.
Mordu has never been seen since. and is roaming the wilds, waiting his chance of revenge.
Let him return. I'll finish what I guddled in the first place.
Merida, a princess does not place her weapons on the table.
Mom!
This was on my list.
It wasn't on my list, but this was it's a very good movie, and this is actually, it's funny because Diane took Sophia to watch it. It was like it's a mother-daughter thing, and to this day she can't watch. Neither of them can watch it because it's so emotional. And, if you're for mother and daughters, I guess it's like super emotional.
Yeah.
Yep.
End of story.
I put it on the list because my husband likes it.
Okay. I love this movie. It's so different.
It's a great movie.
It's so different from any other Pixar movie because it's the Disney movie that snuck through.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I do enjoy it, but I kind of predicted the ending about halfway through the movie.
Okay.
The big reveal about the bear.
Care to illuminate your thoughts, Todd? On
I think the voice cast is wonderful. Billy Connolly, right?
Oh, I love Billy Connolly.
He was
Yeah,
amazing.
Yep.
And Merida's brothers just running around.
They made for me. They made the movie for me.
And Mordu's actually scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those triplets are essentially your son.
Yeah, they are, TJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Non-redheaded versions of TJ, or redheaded versions of TJ.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're ordering Spartacus at the age of 18 months or something.
No, the 300 sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
One of those.
Yeah.
I do like Merida a lot, though.
Oh, my God. Was it Kelly... Oh, Christ. Why can't I remember her name?
Kelly O'Chrice? That's a real Irish
Kelly O'Chrice, yeah. Actually, that does sound like an Irish name, though. Yeah, Kelly O'Chrice. Even though she's supposed to be Scottish.
Yeah.
Sorry, Irish and Scottish people.
Kelly MacDonald.
You can just say
Kelly MacDonald.
You can just say Celtic.
Yeah.
It covers all bases.
Her voice is amazing because she's also, she's like a 30-year-old woman playing a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I love the sets. I love the music.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie I love. Getting back to the parks, they gave her own area. And every time we go, Merida gets just a little bit worse. There used to be, she just looked okay. She looked good.
Uh-huh.
And then she looked okay. And then she just looked like they found somebody. They just, grabbed somebody who was just leaving. Like, can you just work for a few hours? And threw a red wig on her.
That's too bad.
It is too bad because they put a lot of work into that area.
Oh, yeah, that area is beautiful.
So
Brave was an honorable mention for me. I thought it was a good movie, memorable. I didn't see it my daughter is 7, so she was born the year this came out, so I didn't really see anything in the theaters then. So I got it, a year or two later, and it didn't stick with me as much as something else on this list. But there's another one that I put on my list that didn't end up on the official tabulated list.
Yep.
Tabulated.
Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Where
I'm amazed. That one, I think, just barely missed the cut.
Well, and I think we'll discuss it when we actually...
Of course.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Spoiler. But what my point is, with Brave, I think Ralph Breaks the Internet had a really great callback to Brave, where none of the princesses could understand Merida.
Yeah.
Said, oh, she's from the other studio.
Yeah.
I thought that was perfect.
That was a great bit.
Ach, lang me your lumriek and me a moose nail, lee your gun away a teardrop in his eye. Hey, she back, wee lassie?
Uh-huh. What did she just say?
We don't know.
We can't understand her. She's from the other studio.
You ever see the Robot Chicken thing when they had all the Disney princesses?
Probably.
Like, they were all going to battle? Not yet, Joe. Thank you. And they just, she just comes in, and she's just, she's very, very gruff. Mm-hmm. And for Robot Chicken standards, that means that she's kind of scratching her crotch and farting.
Yep.
Just like, my mother's a bear! I understand the trailers was misleading.
Thank you, Kelly McChrist.
Yeah. All right. Joe, you're up next.
All right. And at number 18, Lego Batman, released in 2017.
Wow.
Woo. It feels like so much longer.
It doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Sir, if you don't mind my saying, I'm a little concerned
I've seen you go through similar phases in 2016 and 2012 and 2008 and 2005 and 1997 and 1995 and 1992 and 1989 and that weird one in 1966. Do you want to talk about how you're feeling right now?
I don't talk about feelings, Alfred. I don't have any. I've never seen one. I'm a night-stalking, crime-fighting vigilante and a heavy metal rapping machine. I don't feel anything emotionally except for rage. 24/7, 365, at 1,000,000%.
Now, this wasn't on my list. And for the simple reason is, while I enjoyed Lego Batman, it couldn't hold a candle to the Lego movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I mean, it was enjoyable, but it's just, it didn't have that, like, that little thing.
Newness.
Not newness, but there was something extra about the Lego movie that just blew my
Well, you don't have... I'll talk about what it didn't have when we get to the one that had it. But yeah, I enjoyed it more than I was expecting.
Yeah. I mean, we get Will
Arnett.
He's fantastic as a parody Batman.
Yeah. Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zach Galifianakis is the Joker. The way they portray that relationship is just pure brilliance.
Oh, I love the way that they portray that.
Yeah.
Actually, and this is a callback to M's Lego movie episode that just launched again today. That this is her movie Batman. Is Will Arnett.
Wow.
Really?
Okay. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
But I love the opening of this movie is bonkers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is absolutely bonkers. And the amount of, like, trying to listen to every, like, stunt cast that they put in there for every villain. Mm-hmm. I mean, go look on IMDb and look at all the cast members. I think, like, oh, God, what's his name? Rob Benson is Bane, comedian.
Okay.
But there's just... Yeah, now they're all escaping me, but there's so many people. And Billy D. Williams is
Billy D.
Two-Face.
Williams is Two-Face.
They finally let him be Two-Face. And the callbacks to the other movies in this are great.
But then it also, I love how they parody the fact that all these villains are actual in-canon Batman villains.
Oh, dude, when they bring up Condiment Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking, you know, if you knew nothing about Batman, you're thinking, oh, that's a joke. But then you're actually like, oh, wait a minute. You know, those of us who read comic books, like, oh yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
That is 100% real.
Yep. Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Eggman.
Kite Man.
Were they in the comics, or were they in, like, Adam and West and got put
No,
in the comics?
they were in the comics.
I think Condiment King was in the animated series.
Yeah, he was interested in the animated series, and then they brought him into the comics.
And of course they did. Just like Harley Quinn. She started on the animated series, too. And
She did.
Look at the bear trap we've got ourselves stuck in now.
Yeah.
Those all sound like Mega Man villains.
They do.
Like mini-bosses.
They probably
do.
were, to be honest.
Yeah,
they sound like guys from that didn't make it into Particle Man.
Condiment Man. Condiment Man.
He likes ketchup, Condiment Man.
Puts it on his hot dog the monster. Alright, this didn't make my list solely because I really dislike the ending of this movie. Because it's
like kind of milled in.
Because the thing with it is like it's a fun fan servicey Batman film.
Right.
The last third of the movie is the Friendship is Magic tour.
Yeah.
And it just like for me it's like here's my interest, it's up high, up, no, now it's down. Mm-hmm. Now it's really it's going down. Why won't it stop? Mm-hmm. Splash Mountain!
I liked it. I like the ending. I liked it. I mean, I think the writers of this movie understood Batman more than the writers of any other Batman movie in existence. Because they understood how weird, but also how endearing Batman can be.
I can see it from that view. I mean, I'm swishing my whiskey like a supervillain right now.
He's a furry with abandonment issues, okay?
Yeah, I mean
that's what basically it boils down to.
The only people that can really, truly make a perfect parody of a movie are the people that love the movie, I think.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
The voice casting of Ralph Fiennes is Alfred, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
In Michael Cera as
Robin.
Robin.
Oh, as Robin or Dick Grayson.
That honestly, that had a shelf life. And unfortunately, in an hour and 40-minute movie, it had a shelf life of an hour.
Hello, secret camera.
This one didn't make my list because I saw it in the same weekend I watched Trolls, which also didn't make my list.
Okay. But made a lot of people's lists. Not enough to get on the list, but of course.
Yeah. So I saw this in the theater with my nephew, and there's something that happens when you become a parent where I've never fallen asleep in a movie before, and then I became a parent.
And then he fell asleep.
And are you okay?
You okay?
All right. So after that...
Oh.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Wrong tube.
Wrong tube.
All right.
I can talk. I'm not dying.
Okay, good. So I became a parent and then proceeded to fall asleep in movies, and this was one of them because it was just...
It happened to me.
Visual overload.
In this movie, it happened to me right when they get to the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. Specifically in this movie, I remember just being like, I gotta shut it down for like 15 minutes, and I fell asleep right in the middle of the movie.
I love the Fortress of Solitude in this
Yeah,
movie.
it was great because I own this on Blu-ray, so, I mean, I've seen it.
So don't judge me. You know what it's
Never.
like.
You're not judged.
Never.
Oh, I'm getting judged.
You're getting
judged. I'm out of here.
All right, Mike, you're up.
I am?
Yeah.
Your turn.
All right, yes, number 17. Kuo and the Two Strings.
Released in what, 2016?
Something like that. It's
Okay.
like a Studios.
You used to be a man?
No, not just any man. A samurai. I mean, I'm pretty certain. Look, I have the stuff. I mean, I'm either a samurai or a really bad hoarder. Either way, inside my thorax beats the heart of a warrior.
If you have no memory, how can you be certain of anything?
Because I get flashes. They come about from objects I find on my travels. Sometimes it's a sound or a smell.
You must get a lot of flashes.
Stop motion, 100%.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Yes.
I think this was number 2 on my list.
I went on this. I think I might have seen the clips of one of the trailers, but I went into this movie basically sight unseen because I heard really good reviews, and I was blown away. This is an amazing movie.
And the thing is, stop motion animation is such a lost art.
Yeah.
That when you think about just how smooth and just how it flows so well, like if you go on the internet and you find a GIF of Kubo and you can see how they set it up the fight scene where I forget the monkey's name, but she's on the ship.
A monkey.
Yeah, she's on the ship.
Yeah.
And you see the guy, and it's time lapse, but you can see the guy like setting it up, making the small movements, and you can see how the scene was composited and everything else like that. It's so beautiful.
During the end credits, you see how they set up like the whole like giant skeleton fight, and I mean it's just the amount of work that it took to do that is mind-boggling. But it is so worth it.
Plus, with Mike and I being anime fans,
oh yeah,
it really, if you're an anime fan, it has so much of the Japanese anime kind of feel and tropes to it, and just that type of storytelling that just it really pulls you in. It's so good.
And the voice casts.
Oh,
Matthew McConaughey as Beetle, and
Charlize Theron.
Thank you, as Monkey. Wonderfully done.
I saw about 10 minutes of this movie trying to watch more of it, but the movie service I am using did not really want to let me watch more than 10 minutes of it. It's beautiful. What I saw...
I can't you borrow it?
...is absolutely gorgeous. I might have to take you up on that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It couldn't make my list because I hadn't seen it and I want to be fair. It's also, by the way, this is the only non-CG movie on this list.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, actually, it's not really that crazy. I can't really name that many hand-drawn animated movies that got released.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair.
Again, Todd, can you? Catherine, can you?
I have not seen it.
You've not seen this one, okay. Leica's a really interesting studio. Just in terms of they're always putting out quality output.
Oh, yeah, I'm genuinely surprised that they keep making movies because their movies are gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're excellent.
You got to imagine,
but none of them make money.
None of them.
Well, you got to imagine the budget and the amount of time it takes to do this. I mean, we all hear stories of how many frames per second, how many drawings it takes to do a frame of animation. Well, can you imagine, but that's just drawing and then inking and stuff like that. Can you imagine having to do that with puppets?
Yes, I've watched the special features on Aardman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Aardman. I'm shocked that one Aardman movie couldn't have made this list.
Well, there weren't, I was just looking up, Curse of the Were-Rabbit was 2005.
Right, but Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep, yeah.
Shaun the Sheep made my list. Actually, Dave McClane's daughter was like, make sure that they talk about Shaun the Sheep, so I'm doing it now, unofficially and off the record. Shaun the Sheep is one of the funniest animated movies I've ever seen.
I haven't seen the movie. I've watched some of the TV show.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And now I have the jingle stuck in my head.
Oh, okay.
the theme song.
No, this is not the Timmy Time theme song.
I don't know that one, so I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah, you are blessed. Exactly.
Lucky you.
I've got the Triple Dan Gums theme song stuck in my head.
Well, you should. I hope your mic-shaped anger is in your head right now, blowing the top.
If it wasn't 2009, it would have made my list. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes. I looked that up too. That one is.
It.
I love the original story, and I thought that they did a really great job with it.
Well, that and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs would have made my list had it been not 2009.
Yeah. Part 2 was
it wasn't the decade,
but it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
No way. No.
But yeah, you want to talk about songs getting stuck inside your head? Number 16, Lego Movie 2, the second part. This song's gonna get stuck inside yo. This song's gonna get stuck inside yo. This song's gonna get stuck inside your head.
Have you seen it, Todd?
No.
Oh,
just keep going.
Okay.
We're sorry to interrupt. Please.
Okay.
So apparently, you and I have already.
We're the only ones who've seen it.
So where are we going?
Planet Sparkles.
Sparkles.
There, you will get changed in more ways than one.
Hello!
What was that?
I said, hello!
Well, we've been talking for a while. I'm not sure why you're saying hello now, but fine. Hello to you.
Please, commiserate.
The rest of the room is just gonna...
We're just gonna sit in stunned awe.
Alright, so I have a question then, because, obviously, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about the original.
Yeah.
I was with you.
We too. And we took our kids.
And you were blown away by how good the first movie is.
Yeah.
What kept you from seeing the second one?
I think part of it was I was afraid I was going to be disappointed.
Okay.
That I wasn't going to live up. Because the original Lego movie so blew away my expectations that I didn't think the second one could live up to it.
That's the problem with all the Lego movies after the first one, is that none of them could capture that weird magic that the first one had.
But here's the thing. What came out between Lego Movie and Lego Movie 2?
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman, Lego Ninjago.
And then Ninjago. And Ninjago kind of killed it for me.
Yes.
See, I disagree. I really like Ninjago.
No, I enjoyed it, but we took our kids to see Ninjago, and we were like, as adults, we were like, okay, we've already seen this, right? The kids loved it,
right?
But again, it was one of those things like we went to see Lego Batman. We took our kids to see Lego Ninjago. Lego Movie 2 comes out. I'm like, it's not gonna. I'm afraid it's not gonna live up to the first one.
Go ahead, Mike. You have your hand raised.
Yeah, I'm thinking that like you and Andy especially would probably find a lot more in Lego Movie 2 than someone like me would, because it is about. The cat's out of the bag. It's about the brother and the sister.
Okay, so do they go to Planet Duplo?
Yes.
Well, it's not exactly Planet Duplo, but yeah.
Sort of.
Okay,
because I still haven't seen it, but the Planet Duplo part is one of my husband's favorite parts of the first one.
I loved that in the original.
I love everything. It's just I haven't gotten to it. Yeah, I went to see the Lego Movie and Lego Batman with the child in my life, which is my mother.
Okay.
Again, not a fan of Brave. And it fell off, it was gone. I didn't get it on my radar enough. I was like, oh, another one. Okay, that would probably be worth watching as opposed to the Ninjago movie or whatever. It was just gone before I noticed.
And that's the thing, is that it didn't even have a big opening weekend. It was just one of those movies that just kind of got like.
Well, the other thing too is I'm not surprised that Lego Ninjago didn't make the list. because it just kind of fell off the face of the earth. But the thing was, Lego Ninjago also had a TV series on Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
so it's like one of those things. Like, okay, it's you're not seeing that much of a difference between what's shown. Maybe the quality was a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you're not really seeing any difference between what you catch on Cartoon Network at 5:30 every afternoon versus what you're paying $20 to go see on the
I actually went back to watch the Lego Ninjago series after seeing the movie.
Okay. Katherine, do you have HBO?
I have HBO now.
You literally have like 2 days to watch Lego Movie before it leaves and goes to Cinemax.
Lego Movie 1 or 2?
2.
Okay.
2.
Well, I own Lego Movie 1.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, is that you're missing out, and definitely if you can watch it, watch it. Is it as good as the first one? Absolutely not.
No.
But
still enjoyable.
It's still honestly it's rightfully ranked higher than Lego Batman in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, there's a lot going on with it. It's 5 years later, which is exactly the amount of time that everything, the last movie came out. And it's just, there's so much stuff going on, but it's not a retread of the first movie.
Right. Okay. It is a continuation.
It's a friggin' musical.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, there were so many musical numbers in it.
Oh, Queen, what's it? Or what do you call it?
Whatever you want, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that and the aforementioned, the song's going to get stuck inside your head. The Lonely Island do a song about the credits at the end, where they actually start listing off people's names as they're coming up on screen.
Oh, God.
It really is worth your time. It truly is.
I just haven't gotten to it and forgot about it. Yeah.
If for no other reason than to see those adorable
little stars,
the stars in the hearts.
Hello.
Oh, the pain! It's all going dark.
But even like the added voice cast of Tiffany Haddish, Stephanie Beatriz, who I will go to my grave saying she should be She-Hulk.
I don't know.
Okay.
Gina Carano. But anyways, that's a
discussion. I could go with that. Stephanie Beatriz has the comedy. Anyway,
for another day.
Anywho, yeah.
Not good enough actress.
Yeah, definitely. It is worth your time, Todd. It is worth your time, sir. Please go.
Yes. I'm not doubting it. It just didn't get there.
But that's the thing. A lot of people just kind of let it slip off their radar.
Yeah.
All right,
Katherine,
number 15.
All right. Next up is Frozen 2.
Christoph, can I borrow your wagon? And Sven?
I'm not very comfortable with the idea of that.
You are not going alone.
Anna? No, I have my powers to protect me. You don't.
Excuse me, I climbed the North Mountain, survived a frozen heart, and saved you from my ex-boyfriend, and I did it all without powers. So, I'm coming.
Me too. I'll drive.
I'll bring the snacks!
Which has my new all-time favorite Disney song in it.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
No. Lost in the Woods?
Yes.
Yes!
Hell yeah!
So good.
Oh.
I was laughing my
Straight
ass
out of Karate
off.
Kid 2. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
I was laughing my ass off watching the reindeer sing.
It's the Queen tribute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Full-on Queen tribute right there.
Amazing. You let Groff sing. See what happens when you let Jonathan Groff sing something.
Yeah. Seriously, how do they not let him sing in the first movie?
Well,
I mean, reindeers are better than people.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, that's barely a song.
A little ditty.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great movie. I agree. It's not, for me. It's not as good as the first one because the first one took chances that this one did not. This one I thought was a bit more predictable.
All right, now we have to make sure we don't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
That's
Catherine, I'm assuming you haven't seen it yet. Joe hasn't seen it, but Todd has seen it. I've seen it. You have seen it.
Yeah.
It does. I like that they kind of give you a little more of a backstory without like shoving it up your butt.
Yeah.
Backstory.
I get it. Backstory.
There is a moment that literally drew me to tears in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say what it is because I'll remember it. They'll start crying.
Yeah.
It's the way I roll now.
The boat.
We got a few more movies before we do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some of their other backstory on Once Upon a Time, so I was good.
Oh God, I forgot they.
It's a different backstory than Once Upon a Time.
All right.
I like that they gave Anna more to do in this one.
Yeah.
The fact that they let Christoph be Christoph was fantastic.
I really liked Anna's and Christoph's relationship in this.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
It was a solid relationship.
And there wasn't like an over-reliance on Olaf, which is what happens with sequels.
but
the breakout star gets the
more time.
Well, I mean, I think they saw what happened when they gave Olaf more time in Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Yeah, but this was already essentially in the can by the time they... Well, almost.
No, they did it right.
Right.
And Olaf had some funny... The whole Samantha bit
was Samantha
hilarious.
was fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what I said on my notes, I like this movie. Again, worthy sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about it. I've seen the first one approximately 500 times.
Yep.
How old is your daughter?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I like this one. It felt fresh. The songs felt fresh.
Yes.
And that is my fault for having watched the first one so much in an effort to get my daughter to shut up at 6 in the morning.
I did like the fact, like, the first movie, if I hadn't a fault for the first movie, which I'll get to, but it seems like it's very front-laden with the songs. And there's barely any songs like the second half.
Yep.
This one I thought was much more evenly spaced.
Spread out,
Yeah, absolutely. I never tell you about our Disney on Ice story when we went to go see Frozen on ice. And it felt weird because there is literally 10 minutes of no song and dance because they did Fixer Upper.
Yeah.
And that's the last song.
And that's not really a great song either.
Not even a great song. No, it's not. But what I felt, and this is kind of what knocked Frozen 2 down a little bit for me, is that, like, with most sequels, a sequel will match story-wise, beat for beat, the original story, and this one didn't. But the songs kind of felt like they did. Like, you can kind of pinpoint where Olaf's song... You can pinpoint exactly the time signature on the first one and this one where Olaf's song comes in,
right,
and when Anna, when Elsa's song comes in,
Elsa had a couple of songs this one.
She had quite a few songs in this one, and that one's not bad. I just find it interesting that Panic at the Disco did the after credits song version of it, and I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
And like my phone now tells me if it hears music, who the artist is. Thank you, Pixel. And
and Lost in the Woods.
Weezer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it.
So, all right, who's up next?
It's me.
You. Go ahead.
Number 14, Despicable Me.
Now, the rest of the plan is simple. I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What?
Sorry. Did you... Excuse me for just one second. Told you not to touch me.
Thanks. Told you.
Hey, can we order pizza?
Pizza? You just had lunch.
Not now, for dinner.
Dinner? Just fine. Whatever. Just get back in there.
Oh, can we get stuffed crust?
Stuffed crust.
The only, this is the only one from Illumination Studio.
No, second one. Oh, wait, no, you're right.
Yeah. It's the only one, and I'm shocked it's the first one.
I've never seen Despicable Me.
I am absolutely shocked that it wasn't either 2 or Minions. And Minions had, like, an initial groundswell.
But Minions was so bad compared to Despicable Me.
Minions...
I enjoyed Despicable Me.
Oh, I enjoy it too. It was number 10.
But the Minions were definitely the breakout stars of that. Like, you don't see Grooves running around. But I was in Connecticut and drove past a construction site, and there was a construction equipment with a couple of Minions on it.
Yeah.
The Rotten Tomato audience score for Minions is dismal. It's like 47%.
It's way bad compared to the original movies. I mean,
because Minions are great side characters.
Exactly.
They're not stars,
right? And Gru is, this is where you get Steve Carell to do a cartoon voice.
Yeah.
And Jason Segel. Jason Segel.
That's right. I don't know. This is kind of one of those movies that, yeah, you're right. It's the best out of all of them. Despicable Me was dog shit. Oh my! How that movie made $1 billion is beyond me.
I don't think the first one made $1 billion.
No, it's the lowest grossing out of all of them because nothing had broken out yet.
Yeah, Minions did.
But here's what I hold against this movie.
Oh no!
Here's what I hold against the movie. I feel like Illumination Studios looked at this budget and said, "Oh, we don't need to spend any more than that," and all the movies lazily went with the same budget because there's really not a whole lot of innovation in any of that, and they beget the Minions, and when you beget the Minions, you beget multiple social media memes about shaming the poor, and I'm sure that there's been. at least one minion wearing a MAGA hat, as far as I'm aware. So,
was that Crown Royal Vanilla? No.
Can I drink the whole bottle? Are you daring me?
One thing I will give about Despicable Me, though, is it's so fluffy!
It's so fluffy!
Yeah, so my thought about Despicable Me was, I think it was an honorable mention on my list. It suffers from Volcano, Dante's Peak Syndrome, Armageddon, Deep Impact, Despicable Me, and Megamind came out the same year. And
That's right.
I actually saw Megamind first. And when I saw both of them, I thought Megamind was better.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of do.
Well, Megamind's a weird one. It really is, because I think that's DreamWorks Animation.
Mm-hmm. That was Will Ferrell, too.
Yeah, it was Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, and Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Wow.
It's visually, I'm with Todd. I think that Megamind looks better. Despicable Me looks ugly. It's very weird. It's misshapen, if you will.
Well, it's the
Banana.
Banana. See, that appeals to me because I had long since started singing the Star Wars theme with only the word banana. Banana, banana.
Okay.
So the minions appeal to me slightly. But yes, not enough to go see any other Despicable Me movie, or let alone the Minions movie.
Right.
I saw Despicable Me 3 at a movie theater in Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, God.
No, Rutland, Vermont. And it was the smallest theater you've ever seen, with the most uncomfortable chairs. And I think I fell asleep again. So, there you go.
The thing that galls me about Despicable Me 3 is just how much they hang their heads on that 80s trope.
Yeah.
And it's ugly. It really is just it's just kind of an ugly trope. It's like, so what's this character? Oh, he does crimes and dances to 80s songs. That's it.
He's got parachute pants.
He's got parachute. He did have parachute pants.
Yeah, surprise.
And voiced by Trey Parker.
Yeah.
But
who's done better?
He has absolutely done better. He's done better work. All right. What's up? Who's up?
Up next, coming in at number 13 is 2018's The Incredibles 2. After how many years waiting for a sequel? 16 years.
So many years that they felt the need to put an apology reel in front of the movie.
Yes, they did.
You look ghastly, Robert.
I haven't been sleeping. I broke my daughter. They keep changing math. We needed AA batteries, but I got AAAs, and now we still need AA batteries. Put one red thing in with a load of whites, and now everything's pink. And I think we need eggs.
Done properly, parenting is a heroic act. Done properly. I am fortunate that it has never afflicted me. But you do not come to me for eggs and batteries, Robert. I design hero wear. And Elastigirl must have a new suit.
But, it's so lived up to it.
It is very good.
It definitely lived up to it, to the wait.
It's, now that I've got about 2 years of separation between the first time I watched it, subsequent viewings, and now, the first one is better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Yeah, but it was one of those things at the time, it's like, could it have been better? Could have at least been it's like that Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2 argument. Is one better than the other? Are they both equally as awesome?
Yeah. Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie.
Okay.
It is mine as well.
Excellent.
I had high expectations going into it, and I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't I wanted to say, it was better than the first. It was never going to happen.
No, right. I know it wasn't going to be as good as the first, but I thought it was a worthy sequel. It was enjoyable enough, and I really liked what they did with Jack Jack.
I really enjoyed what they did with Jack Jack.
Especially with the raccoon.
The raccoon fight.
Oh, that was
my God.
My coworkers have spoken of the raccoon fight.
I'm amazed they didn't put a short film on the Blu-ray about the raccoon fight, like an extended raccoon fight.
I want to see just a short Pixar short film of Jack Jack in the future as this mighty hero. His ultimate villain is the raccoon.
Oh God,
amazing!
But the raccoon had to be in a big robo suit.
Yeah, exactly.
But
where my balls?
The the thing that I really enjoyed, the overall theme that I enjoyed about the movie was making Mr. Incredible into Mr. Mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that was basically the subplot of the entire movie. Is like, let's make him Mr. Mom, and let's see how he handles being...
The look of him disheveled, having to deal with Jack.
But the thing is, and I know this is a meme, and when this movie... It's where he's sitting there trying to do the math.
Yeah.
And he's like, math is math! And it's like, any parent who's trying to do math,
that's so true.
It's the same, because I've gotten into arguments with my daughter's school teacher saying, I don't care. 2 + 2 = 4. That's the answer. But I don't care. Math is
1,
math.
2, 3, 4. I count 4 fingers.
That's not the way they want you to
1,
do it.
2. Multiply these.
That's not the way they want you to do it.
I don't give a fuck.
I know, Mike. I know. Trust me, I know.
There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I love the additional superheroes that they brought in.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Disney Park in a while, so I'll bring that up real quick.
Yeah, because they need more business.
Right, exactly. When we were at Hollywood Studios, Autumn and Jamie stayed in Toy Story Land, and Scarlett and I went on the Rock and Roller Coaster because Jamie's not big enough for Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
So, while we were going to go back to meet with them, they were in line to meet the Mike Wazowski and Sully. So Scarlett and I were kind of like left waiting for them.
No. They went to see Mike Wazowski and Sully.
So we're like, "Are you hungry?" Yes, I'm hungry. Why don't we? We went to the Incredibles area, which is really a big letdown, and had one of the Num Num cookies.
Oh yeah, right. Out in Disney's California Adventure, underneath the Incredicoaster is Jack's cookie Num Nums.
Yeah. One of the more underwhelming things I ate at Disney.
It's a warm, gooey cookie.
It's a warm, gooey cookie, but it was dry as shit, which is bizarre for like a hot cookie.
Oh.
Aunt Anne's are not. No, I really love this. I love that they kind of kept the entire creative team together. This is Brad Bird. Michael Giacchino brought his amazing score back.
They only had to recast one person.
Jonathan Banks came in, right?
Jonathan Banks came in.
The guy died. I don't know his name.
Yeah. No, but also
Dash.
They had to recast Dash's voice.
Yeah.
But fortunately,
you had Bob Odenkirk, so it's all good.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, who's up next?
Yeah, I am. Number 12. How to Train Your Dragon.
Hiccup. If you ever want to get out there to fight dragons, you need to stop all this.
But you just pointed to all of me.
Yes, that's it. Stop being all of you.
Oh,
yeah.
You, sir, are playing a dangerous game. Keeping this much raw Vikingness contained. There will be consequences.
I'll take my chances. Sword sharpened now.
This is a good one. And
DreamWorks, I want to see this one. I have not.
Oh, it's so good. It's I had a number 12 on my list.
I've heard nothing but fantastic things about the entire trilogy. Actually,
it's one of those rare trilogies that actually holds up over the. Actually, I don't want to say it gets better, but you don't see an appreciable drop in quality between the sequel and then the third movie. It actually does a very good job of being a high-quality movie throughout the entire series.
And threequels in animation are usually death.
Yeah. Usually by the third one, you're just like, oh, this is not good. But they did such a good job with it.
Have you?
I have not.
You have not seen
this?
Catherine, have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Nope.
You haven't either. So Joe and I are the only ones who've seen it. I really liked it. Not enough for it to make my list, but it's very, very charming.
Yes.
And it's really well written. I love the dragon's mythology. Mm-hmm. And I love the whole, we have to hunt the dragons. Well, why do we have to hunt them? Because of this thing that apparently is a lie.
Spoiler!
Sorry. Obviously they made 2 more. So, they're friends with dragons now. The one thing with this is, it's like the only franchise I think DreamWorks just kept giving a shit about.
That's really the only franchise they kind of got.
Well, they had Shrek, but then the Shrek devolved.
Hard. Shrek devolved hard.
Shrek devolved from 1 to 2. I enjoyed 1. I saw 2 in theaters and was like, I only like Puss in Boots. I didn't like any of the rest. I didn't even bother after that.
Do you know for a time Shrek 2 was the highest grossing animated film of all time?
Yeah.
For a time. And then it was beaten out by, no, actually it beat Dory at Nemo. Shit, it was a while, I think, before. It was Frozen, I think, that beat it.
Yeah, well, Frozen beat a lot of
Oh, yeah, and then Frozen 2 is now the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But yeah, it's definitely worth watching. This one pops up on Netflix quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 11. Getting ready to hit the top 10 here. From 2014, Big Hero 6.
If we're gonna catch this guy, I need to upgrade all of you.
Upgrade who now? Those who suffer a loss require support from friends and loved ones.
Oh, okay, I like where this is heading. We can't go against that guy. We're nerds.
Hiro, we want to help, but we're just us.
No, you can be way more.
Tadashi Hamada was our best friend. We're in.
Can you feel it? You guys, do you feel this? Our origin story begins. We're gonna be superheroes!
This is such a unique film, I think, but it was so damn good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I can't argue it. I mean, it's so enjoyable, so good.
Has a lot more heart than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I agree. Todd?
I'll see myself out. I have not seen the film.
You haven't seen this one?
I have not.
Wow!
Yeah, I know there are 4 or 5 or 25 moments, but I have not seen the film.
Then we got to do the spoiler-free then.
Yeah, Disney. You have Disney Plus though, right?
I do.
I believe this is on Disney.
I also
Plus.
own it. I own it.
Oh,
but
okay.
I haven't
You've
seen it. Yeah.
Is it still in the shrink wrap?
No, I actually got it for free because I signed up I linked my Vudu account with my iTunes account.
Oh, yes.
I got like
Yep.
Ghostbusters and Jason Bourne and Ice Age and Big Hero 6 and something else.
Yeah, you got Big Heroes. I already own Big Hero 6, so they probably didn't give it to me when I linked my Voodoo account to it.
They gave me Ice Age and Blow.
You get Blow?
Yeah, neither of which I really want.
Blow's actually not bad, but it's not an animated film, so we're not talking about it.
First Ice Age movie.
Johnny Depp's pretty animated.
Yeah.
Oh, with that much cocaine. It's, yeah, Big Hero 6 is weird because it's almost like it completely against the grain for a Disney animated film. And a Walt Disney animated film and not a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is the movie you kind of expect from out of Pixar, not from
not
from the home studio.
And
I don't expect it from either. It feels like the fact that it is Disney is like, and it's just weird.
And I will say the animated series is actually pretty good.
I haven't watched it.
They got almost the entire all the voice actors back except they couldn't get I think Marlon Wayans and
he's so busy.
And I think whoever voiced Honey Lemon, I think they had to recast her as well.
What? Was she like? She was off of work?
I may be wrong about that. I gotta look this up.
This movie, the thing with this movie is, I kind of feel that its legacy is one of the forgotten Disney hits.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
this movie took in a ton of money. It won Best Animated Feature, but people tend to forget of it.
Yeah,
no, at all. They just forget about it.
Actually, in Tokyo Disney World, Disneyland, they're having a Big Hero 6 ride.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Baymax coaster, I think.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
now
pleased with
that,
your choice?
now that you mention it, Andy, it's kind of surprising that Baymax did not take off more than he did as a kind of mascot.
Right. Well, there is a meet and greet at Epcot.
Yeah.
For him. He's completely automated, though. So he just, when people walk up, his arms raise, and he's very soft and squishy.
Because they're not going to.
So it's like hugging the Michelin Man.
Like that.
What's that?
It's like hugging the Michelin Man.
Kind of.
No.
By Bendham.
Honey Lemon is the same voice. They had recast Damon Wayans Jr. as Wasabi and T.J. Miller as Fred.
Well, T.J. Miller shouldn't be working in the industry anymore.
No.
How do you kill him off in Deadpool 3, I ask you?
Switch studios.
Yeah.
With a bomb.
And to the surprise of absolutely no one, we went long on this episode. Fortunately, top 20 lists are fairly easy to split. So please come back in a week or so to hear what the top 10 animated movies of the last decade will be.
You've gotten hints as to what a couple of them are, but can you guess number 1? So, until part 2, go forth and be known for a sign. For a sign.
Anna, Elsa, Sven, Samantha. I don't even know it's Samantha.